Hey, it's Big Rick from #Happens. What a huge weekend for Pittsburgh. Last night, a sold-out show just across the river here with Killswitch Engage, and you guys are here tonight. Nothing more. We've got Daughtry and Disturbed celebrating 25 years of the sickness. Daniel, first and foremost, the record came out in, I think it was June 28th.
Yeah.
And I've seen you twice in the last 7 months. Did you ever go home? Because you come off the Godsmack tour. You were out with Flat Black and Godsmack.
Yeah.
Did you even get a chance to rest? Or are you just going to keep playing with artists that are celebrating 25-plus year records?
Yeah, right. I mean, even if I'm home, I'm pretending that I'm doing this. So, yeah, no rest. Ain't no rest for the wicked, that's for sure. So,
what's it like being out with two bands back-to-back that are really celebrating their monstrous successes, like first time out of the gate? Not that they haven't put their work into it, but it's 25 years. It's a lot of longevity for two bands that you've been out with. What have you learned from that? Because there's got to be something you go, that's how you get to this.
Yeah,
you guys have been around a while, but not like that yet.
Yeah. I mean, you're around them, and especially the Disturbed camp. We've been around a little bit more than the Godsmack camp, and I don't know. The first thing I would say is like the band that plays together stays together, and because like all of them are out and socializing, and I think one of the coolest things also about playing with kind of these bands that have been around for so long is that when they've kind of welcomed us in as peers, and that's like the greatest feeling in the world,
That's an interesting point, because I would imagine there probably comes a fair amount of fear, or just not necessarily fear, but oh my God, we're out with whomever. Are they going to accept us? Like that? Most people are cool, but there's got to be situations where people have gone, I don't like this band, get them off our tour.
Oh sure. Or if nothing else, like indifference, like just being like you're the 1,000th band that's latched onto our tour, like who cares? But but all these guys have been so accepting, and just stoked that we're out here. I mean, same thing with Godsmack. Every one of them comes up and gives us a big high five and a hug, and just thanks us for coming and doing the shows. And it's been awesome. And this tour, especially with both Chris Daughtry and David Draymond coming out most every night, to do their, because we have a feature with Daughtry on Freefall and a feature with David Draymond on Angel Song. And they've been coming out and singing those with us, even though we're the first of 3 on this tour. So that's been amazing.
Let's talk about that. Are there 3 better voices on any tour right now than this one?
That's a good question.
John, obviously, Daughtry brings his, and he's an interesting story too, and I'm looking forward to talking to him later. But I was telling somebody on my way down here to do the interviews, he kind of beat the... Well, this is, you came from a show on TV.
Right.
He beat that rap and is respected by not only fans, but other rockers who were like, we didn't have a show to go to. Like, he beat the rap on that one, and it's probably because he's just so damn talented.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat that. Like,
yeah.
And of course, David can sing anything.
Yeah.
And then you got Johnny out there throwing himself around. I don't know how he manages to not miss notes while he's out there flopping like a flounder sometimes, and he just nails it.
Yeah.
But are there 3 voices out there that are better than this tour and more unique?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, I don't know who all was on the Killswitch tour, but maybe theirs.
I mean, it's pretty good, and their summer tour is pretty good as well. But this is such a cool thing, and this is something that I mentioned to Jesse yesterday. Obviously, with them being sold out, obviously big crowd tonight. You guys have been having big crowds so far on this tour. I mean, in some cases, singeing the rafters on this tour.
Right.
Are we? Not that I ever thought that metal was out or rock was out. I'm not one of those Gene Simmons rock. Is this a resurgence for rock? Because we're seeing people in a very weird time in our history that are going to rock shows as quickly and as many as they can. This is an interesting time for this genre of music.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm super encouraged by it. Like it's not. Things are acting differently, I guess, than they would be. Like, typically, new band comes out, release a record, you climb however high, you release the second one, like, things just keep building. But now, I mean, TikTok, I think, has brought this, like, very random, like explosive device into the rock world. Like, you know, Deftones are now selling out arenas, I think. Like it's kind of just real unpredictable what's going to happen in your career. But I mean, the main thing is that people give a shit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like sometimes people think that there's competition in music or in rock, or, you know, one band's blowing up, so you should feel jealous. And it's like, man, if anyone's out championing rock and roll and getting people interested in going to live shows, like, that's an amazing thing for all of us.
It should, yeah, and it should be one another encouraging. I mean, just because we were talking about Godsmack, and the Motley Crue Godsmack thing didn't work out so well, but yeah, for the most part, it seems like other bands are encouraging other bands. I'm seeing other band members go and watch other bands play. Not that never happened before, but I think finally it came to we're not going to go away. And I said this to Jesse yesterday. He was interviewed in Forbes magazine. To me, that's a win for all of us that put spikes in our jackets and that kind of stuff. Because for an entity like Forbes to go, we're going to do a piece on Kill Switch and who at Forbes had ever heard of that? Right. So I think rock is probably, and metal especially, are starting to, at least we're pushing in more of a mainstream than ever before. Yeah. Especially the heavy stuff. And I think that is so big for you guys. And not only Nothing More, but just for all of us who love this industry. Yeah. Oh, and then you have Sleep Token out there. Well, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like Sleep Token, just a clean sweep sellout of every possible ticket in a couple of days? I mean, that's like old school, like Rolling Stone shit from the 70s, you know? I know. It's something. Yeah, and I think it was just like 2 or 3 years ago, we were on a tour with them within this moment, and we were main support. Sleep Token was opening before us, and I mean, there were a couple of shows on that tour that got canceled because of COVID. Someone in this moment had COVID, and so we went out and broke off and did some crappy headline shows on our own, you know. And I mean, they were great shows, but yeah, it's like, Sleep Token was opening for us in front of 300 people 2.5 years ago, and now it's, you know, like literally 2 nights ago, I was outside the arena and I forget where we were, but you know, you see the big Disturbed thing on the sign, and then the next one that came was just Sleep Token. I was like, goodness, Daniel, how's that happen? Incredible. How does that happen? Because if anybody knew how to bottle that, you would all be selling out headline tours in 3 days. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You just do what's true. They're a great example of just doing what's true to you. You know, don't sell out. Like, do what is in your heart, you know, and if it's good, like, and it has the ability to connect, like, there's a very good chance that it will. Yeah, no, it's certainly working. One of the things that I wanted to mention about Nothing More, before we get into our fun conversation we started before we hit play, you guys don't have any wasted motion. When I watch Nothing More, every movement of all of you is not wasted motion. Do you think about where you're going before you go there? Or is it just so instinctual with the way you guys play? Because even when you were the first time I saw you guys, you had that big thing that you jump on and it made all the noise. Yeah. It was captivating because no one else did that. And now you guys are just in perfect sync when you do that. Not just musically, but with your movements. And I always thought that was something that attracted me to Nothing More was, do you guys talk about that, or does it just happen? Is it like osmosis? Yeah, I guess, I mean, most things just happen, you know. And as you play songs night after night, like, you kind of, I don't know, you just develop these kind of interesting stage habits, you know, of like when like, obviously we all sing, so there are times you have to be in a location. Sure. And that's pretty much just the microphone. But other than that, like, what do you do? It's because you have somebody that can go up there and captivate you, like Chino. Chino goes up there and I could be singing the phone book and just standing still and you're like, oh wow, that's incredible. Yeah. But the way you guys use your motion, I think, really has brought a lot of people into the Nothing More camp and going, wow, I mean, these guys, it all makes sense. It's like puzzle pieces going into one another. Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's great. Before we cut you loose, and we were talking about this before, and I'm not going to mention the band, but I have seen some terrible, piss-poor behavior from bands. And today we are recording this live on top of a trash can. Is this the first time you've interviewed in front of a trash can? Yeah. This is a good one.
It's a good improv technique. Yeah,
and you said, well, we don't usually turn the trash cans over till after the show. You guys are actually pretty calm as far as some of the things we've seen. What is the best, and you don't have to dime anybody out, but what was the best rock and roll we trashed this joint moment of Nothing More? Because you seem to have one.
Yeah. Man, it was a number of years ago. We were on a Five Finger Death Punch tour with Breaking Benjamin.
Enough said.
Yeah. And we were, in a room like real similar to this, amphitheater, and it was I think it was our front of house engineer's birthday, and we just it was a roadie Friday too, which means we didn't have a show the next day. And man, we just let loose. There was a food fight. We're doing, I don't know if you've ever done trust falls. Where you just trust someone to catch you. We're doing them off this really high table. So there were 6 of us catching people right before they hit the ground. But
seems like a solid plan for a touring musician.
Yeah. We broke some ceiling tiles too. I don't know how we ended up doing that, but the beauty of it all is that when we were done, we were we can't leave it like this. It literally 12 of us just went to town making that we got all the cake stains out of the floor. I don't even know how we did it. Our tour manager came in with cleaning supplies, and we're all just hammered. Man, that was sweet, and we left it just how we found it. And I was so proud of us for that.
It was sweet cleaning up.
Rockstar. Yeah.
I don't think Bonham ever went outside and got the TVs he threw in the pool.
Yeah, right.
That's a rousing endorsement for Nothing More. Have them to your venue. They will clean up after themselves.
Yeah.
This has been great. I could talk to you all day, but I know as we walked in, it looks like it's nap time, so I want to let you get some rest. But really looking forward to the show tonight. Continued success. Obviously, the record coming out in June is still spinning. And just let me know this, because we talked about you being on tours with Godsmack and then into the Disturbed tour. Do you have plans to go out and headline yourself? Because I feel like it's the natural progression, because normally 7-8 months of a new record, you'd be doing some headline stuff, but you also don't turn down a Godsmack and Disturbed tour.
Right. Yeah, it kind of shook out interesting, or a little bit different, at least on this record cycle. We did a headliner last fall, and then we're doing 0 U.S. headline tours this year. And we're doing one in Europe, a headline tour in November, and then the big one to finish the cycle is going to be in January.
Okay, cool.
And that'll be a full, North American tour. So.
All right. Well, I won't make you give away. You probably are not allowed to tell us anything about that, but
we'll do our best. We're bringing our best, baby. Right. That's what I meant.
All right. Well, I look forward to throwing cake with you on that headline tour, and we were not going to clean it up.
Yeah. If you ever throw cake on stage,
we're going to trash this joint. I'm going to drink a water and throw it right on the floor. Hanging out with Nothing More. Oh, yeah. Hanging out with Nothing More in the home of my Pittsburgh Penguins here at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. Daniel, thank you so much, and looking forward to the show tonight.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
All right. #happens.